So Jersey jumps off this week with Teresa saying, "There's things I can't speak about right now. There's things I can't say because of legal issues. And it's regarding Margaret Josephs. There's more to come, yeah. And I can't wait for the world to see what a liar she is." But I'm still waiting on those revelations about Marge that Teresa said we were going to hear 2 years ago. Teresa clearly has a target on Marge, and nothing that anyone says anytime soon is going to change her mind. The show opens with Teresa, Dolores, and Jen meeting up at a meditation place for some good vibes. While Teresa's waiting for her friends to arrive, she tells the woman who works there about her Tipsy and Tulum party, and that she's spiritual, and that's why she loves the Buddha. Spiritual. The girls all enjoy the sound bath, but it doesn't really work because they're all still so juiced up from Melissa's housewarming party. And then, just like in real life, Teresa stops pretending like she's all namaste when she finds out that her brother threw her card in the fire. Teresa instantly launched into, "Well, it wasn't an olive branch." Yeah, I didn't even want to send it. The whole thing was Louis' idea. He wrote out the card. Louis said it was a nice gesture, but I didn't want to do it. I'm not kissing anybody's ass. Then over at Envy, it's nipples out. Melissa is ramping things up at work. She's got a bigger store, and Envy is doing better than ever. Back over at that Zen den, Dolores tells Teresa and Jen that her and Polly are going into business together. She says they're starting an eco-electrical company together, and before she can even finish the sentence, Jen asked when she's getting engaged. And Dolores responded that marriage was not her primary focus. She said that Polly has proven his commitment, and then they flash back to the scene where Polly said that he'd already purchased the ring. But did he? Did Polly purchase that ring, or do you think he was just saying what he thought everyone else wanted to hear? We will see. Back at Envy, Melissa asked Danielle what she thought about the housewarming party and what she thought about that blue bottle showing up. They both agreed that had Teresa done it privately, it would have been a different issue, but the way she chose to do it was wrong and only to make a spectacle. And of course it was just to make a spectacle. This is Teresa and Louis we're talking about. Melissa said that during the party, every time she turned around, someone was fighting. And Danielle said, yeah, one of those times was me and Jen. Danielle said she was super upset at the way that Jen came at her about her charity work, and she will not be forgetting it anytime soon. Back at that Not So Namaste meetup, Jen launches into her version of events and everything that went down with Danielle and how she thinks that she is just so horrible because she didn't have Aiden plastic surgery on the step and repeat. And Dolores is sitting there listening, but she is not buying it. Then they cut back to Envy, where Melissa and Danielle are wondering if Jackie has been abducted by aliens. Then Dolores finally tells a little truth and gets very real with Teresa and Jen about what's really going on with Jackie. She said that Jackie always thought that she was better than them and still does, and that she's only being friends with them because she needs them. Yeah. And Teresa says, "Who cares about Jackie? I just need her because I want Margaret exposed." Which, funny enough, is exactly how I feel about Louis. And then they cut to Teresa in confessional looking crazy. She says Jackie always thought that she was the smartest in the room. And then they cut back to a reunion stage where Jackie is verbally ripping Teresa's throat out with her teeth. Then Teresa turns to Dolores and says, "You know that Margaret is the root of all evil, and hers and Jackie were like this." Then Jen says, "Jackie is the gatekeeper to Marge's arsenal. She's like, every single secret that anyone's ever told Margaret, she told me, so I could destroy her." And Jen says, "So I told her to say it, but Jackie said she's not going to stoop to that level." Then over at the Fudas, they're all recovering from Juliana's tongue tie surgery, and Marge comes over for coffee. Rachel tells Marge that she's been in a bad RA flare, and Marge tells Rachel that she's been a basket case because her beloved Joe got some bad blood work back. She said she hasn't even had a chance to tell Melissa about it because at her party, she was just so busy with Jackie and her psycho ways. Marge says, "You want to know the truth? She's a nasty, nasty witch. She goes to Dolores, one of my closest friends, and talks shit about me." Margaret is not happy, and she is not holding back. Then Dolores and Polly go to work out, and while they're there, Dolores brings up plastic surgery. And Polly makes it very clear that if she heads down that road again, he's taking the other road in another direction. Polly says for him, plastic surgery is a deal breaker, and Dolores does not like it. Then all the girls start getting ready for the Tipsy and Tulum party, and in that horrible bedroom of theirs, Jen tells Bill that things may get tense between her and Danielle tonight because every time she sees something else from Danielle, it's just another thing that adds to her disappointment in her character. Excuse me, what? She's disappointed in Danielle's behavior, but she's Teresa's best friend? And the same person who shared screeners. Make it make sense. Then over in Louis' kitchen, because it's not Teresa's, Teresa, Gia, and Louis have a little debrief before the party starts. Teresa brings up all the beef currently brewing between her friends, and Gia says, Listen, I think that if you explain to Jackie all the pain that Margaret put our family through, I think she'll sympathize. Meanwhile, Louis is hanging on every single word that comes out of Gia's mouth because Louis knows that Gia is the only person who has more sway over Teresa than he does. Teresa cares even more about what her kids think than what Louis thinks. If Gia says something, Teresa listens, and Louis knows that. So he is hanging on her every word. And then when Teresa says, yeah, Jackie better do that or we're not going to be friends anymore, Louis goes, no. It is so weird. Then it's time to get tipsy in Tulum. Jen Aiden arrives and says that she didn't come to play, that she came to slay. And then Teresa tells Jen Fessler that she turned 50 in Tulum and that she got there via private plane. And when Fessler said that she's never been on one, Teresa said, well, maybe you will if you hang out with me more. Danielle arrives and dives headfirst into the glitter, and then all the ladies ask Dolores if she's heard from Jackie after that big confrontation. Dolores says, no, I haven't heard from her, and Teresa said, well, maybe you will tonight. Dolores said, yeah, I don't think so. It's a little too late for me. And then right on cue, Jackie walked through the door and right into the arms of Gia, who congratulated her on her book. And then Jackie said, oh, when I've been doing press, everyone's just been so obsessed with me and your mom. Then Jackie makes her way over to the ladies, and as she does, Dolores exits stage left so that she can give Jackie the space she needs to destroy herself. Jackie tells the ladies that she feels really bad about what happened, but the real bad guy is Marge. Jen tells Jackie that Marge is sabotaging her. Teresa says she's a horrible, horrible, horrible person. Jen Fessler can't believe what she's hearing, and she finally leaves. Teresa asks Jackie why she's still protecting Marge, and Jackie says, I'm not, I need a drink. Then Jackie confronts Dolores, says she feels horrible about what happened, but that the real bad guy is Marge. She said that Marge talks terribly about everyone, but Dolores gives her nothing, and in an effort to dig deeper, she says that she thinks that this relationship with Marge just might be over, and that makes her sad. And Dolores says, well, some relationships need a break, like this one. Then Jen Aiden tells Danielle that her real gripe is about what happened with the hairdresser. And then Danielle goes off the deep end because she knows that she didn't do anything wrong. She knows that she was moving in good faith, and she can't believe the way that Jen is twisting the truth. She calls her a dirtbag. She says, I see you. Jen calls her a dirtbag, body checks her. Then Danielle threw a drink. What did you think? Comment below and let me know.